Hey y'all, so today has been very interesting. I don't know why this is happening this way. So I am going to try again to do this again because I don't know what just happened. Let's start out again, y'all. We going to do the intro. I just had some technical difficulties, but let's get into it. What's up, family? I'm sorry, y'all, today that was the way that it was. So basically what ended up happening, just so you guys have clarity on what I'm doing. So my editor has told me that my quality wasn't what it needed to be, right? Wasn't what it needed to be. And so I have tried to increase the quality because I didn't realize that the quality was poor, right? So then I noticed that I had it on a certain definition and I needed to increase the definition. Well, here's the problem. The problem was that now it made it hard for me to get on here to speak to you guys because I increased the quality of the output. So I apologize for the delay. It's really because I was trying my best to give you guys the best quality. Okay, so you guys tell me if the camera quality is better, because that's where I am aiming at. And for those asking me about the daggone spider, no, I did not kill the spider. I let the spider be because the spider didn't bother me. And so I didn't bother him. That's really what happened. So I apologize, you guys. I just wanted to give you guys great quality. Yeah, I want to give you guys great quality. And so I wanted to change it up. And that's why. So anyway, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. I am here. I think actually the lighting was, oh, I guess it doesn't matter, huh? I'll put it by there you go. Yes, the camera image is clearer, and that's because I didn't realize that I had just needed to increase the quality. I didn't know that I had the option. So what's up, family? What's going on, you guys? I am so excited. I hope you see me in HD today. Nothing can hide behind your girl today. I wanted for you guys to see my glorious tan that I've gotten this summer. You guys see me clearer, okay? Because the goal for me is quality, okay? We're not trying to mess that up. So that is why we're here. And so welcome, everybody. Welcome to our Wednesday night show, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We go live. We do this every week, Wednesday night. And so this is no exception. Okay. So anyway, guys, tonight we have a conversation that we gonna have, and I thought I think it's a great conversation. It was based upon a conversation we had on, I think it was Monday's live, and so I'm y'all. We getting into it today. We getting into it. But before I get into it, as always, I gotta break out some things. Number one, if you have not yet already, hit that subscribe button, family. Okay, we are going live. We are every week. We are putting out content almost daily, and I don't want you guys to miss a thing. Be a part of our fast growing Game Changer Nation. We're getting back in the swing of things after demonetization earlier on this year, but I still am believing that God is moving. Breakthroughs are happening. We're still growing, and we're going to continue to grow. I'm going to continue to be consistent and let God do what he do. Second thing, hit that notification bell if you do hit the subscribe button, because then you'll be notified of when I go live, like issues today, where, I'm trying to go live and it doesn't let me go live. And then when I am live. So it helps you in that regard. I have an ebook that will be pinned in the comments below called Finding a Perfect Match, Avoiding the Wrong Women. And so you guys can click on that link, and you'll also be a part of our email list. Oh, what's another? I am now offering coaching, family. I am now offering coaching. If you guys want one-on-one coaching with me, men normally are watching the YouTube platform. And so with this particular, for men, how I've coached them in the past, usually through breakups and relationships, getting back into the dating game, decoding women. I've also helped men in marriages, trying to navigate their way and understanding their wife and what their wife needs and things of that nature. So I have worked in different capacities with men. Women, I've done everything. I've worked with probably every issue you could think of when it comes to women. Men, it's been just in the area of relationships and dating. Okay. More so relationships and dating versus marriage. Marriage has been a little bit few and far between. Okay. So if you are interested in that, there will be a link below where you can be involved, click it. Guys, I've had so many people indicate interest. I've accepted their application and they're not scheduling. Y'all, once you get the acceptance, it does not stop there. You have to schedule the appointment. That's the only way that you're locked into your spot. Otherwise, it's up for grabs. And I'm going to keep, advertising until I fill the spot. So please, schedule so that I don't have 11 other spots. I feel bad because like Pam knows, we've sent out like 20 some odd acceptance letters. We only have 12 spots. And I'm just going to keep going until that's it. So yeah. Otherwise than that, you guys, welcome to our Wednesday night show where we talk about everything in the dating game, everything that we see in the media. And I try to put women and men on game. I don't like to just stick with one or stick with the other. It does sometimes sound like I'm going off on women, but it's really not. That's not my intention. My intention is I'm a woman, and I feel like I can talk to men about women, and I can also talk to women about being a woman. And yeah, so that's what I do. All right, family. So we will get into it. I want to thank you guys in advance for those who hit the Cash App. Y'all don't know how much the Cash App stuff helps me. You have no idea how much that when y'all reach out with the Cash App, even when you do the super chats and everything here, it's very much. But the Cash App be really helpful. So thank you guys for that. I love y'all. Okay, so let's get straight into it, you guys. I'm not gonna waste y'all time tonight. We got time though. We got time. Sam is gonna be here probably for a minute. So we're gonna get into it. So one of the first things I want women to know, 3 things women need to know about dating. 3 things. Number one thing that women need to know about dating. Guys, I actually just learned this. Well, I'm learning this more. Learning this more. So I have seen some stuff on the internet space where men are telling women why men are this or why men are that or why men are not like entertaining in a certain way, blah, 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 blah. Right? Rah, 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 rah. It's a whole bunch of malarkey. It's malarkey, if you ask me. You have women out here really feeling like these men don't like them. And they're like, well, why are they still watching my story? Why are they still texting me if they don't like me? And they're just like, oh, well, they're bored. Or, oh, when they're this, or oh, when they're that. No, family, I'm sorry. Look, no, I had to go deeper, family. I had to go deeper because we're not putting women on game about men for real. Okay? That's why I had to do what I did. Okay? I had to do research, baby. That's what I did in college. I'm going to do it now. I'm gonna tell you why. Ladies, number one thing you need to know about dating today. Depending on, some guys are more eager. They want to get into relationships. Some guys don't. Here's what you have to understand. It's really not about whether they like you or not. Because I think a lot of guys, they like you. And you might be like, why is he watching me? Why is he liking all my stuff? Da, da, da. One thing you have to know about men today, it's about capacity, family. I think it's harder for men today. I touched on this a little bit before, but I think it's harder for men today to settle down. I think there's a lot of options out there, and I don't think that it makes you less quality. It just makes it harder for them to settle down. So it's not that there's like tons of quality. It's not like there's tons of quality women in the world today. We've already discussed that. It's not that. What the issue is there's a lot of women. That's what that's the gag. There's a lot of women. There's a lot of beautiful women. There's a lot of women. And so it's not that these guys are forgetting about you because there's not a whole lot of quality, ladies. It's the fact that it's hard to say, hey, look, I have no expectations. Women are not expecting nothing of me. They're not questioning me. They're letting me like sleep with them. I don't really have to give as much. Okay. So I don't want to, not that you're not quality, right? Not that you're not quality. I just don't know if I want, the expectations that come with a relationship, the responsibilities that come with the relationship, having to answer to somebody about my behavior. I don't know if I necessarily want the responsibility of you. I like you. I'm interested in you, but the responsibility of you, I don't know if I want to sign up for that. And I think a lot of guys, I don't necessarily think it's, it's this one and this one. This is a lot of good-looking women. I think men know that good-looking don't mean their quality, just mean they're good-looking. That don't mean they can articulate a sentence. That just means they're good-looking. But it's harder for, I believe, from what I'm understanding, it's harder for men to say, I'm gonna give all this up for one. Yeah, don't know about that. That's a little tough. Ugh. That's a little much. It's giving me some anxiety. Because then you're saying if I do decide to put all these options to the side and I do decide to just rock with you, what's the guarantee this is gonna work? I'm put all this into the cookies into this jar, and I don't know if this is gonna work, or you are who you say you are, this, that, and third. So again, ladies, it's not about. I want you guys to understand this. It's easy. It's easier to catch a man's eye than it is to stimulate his heart or his interest, his mind, his brain. Like those things that's harder. Like getting to looking at you and thinking you bad. Oh, that's easy. I can see a lot of bad women all day long. I can see a lot of, when I say bad, I mean beautiful. I can see a lot of beautiful women on the internet all day long doing all different types of things. But seeing a woman that actually stimulates me mentally, and I can see she's got values, I can see she's got business about herself, I can see that she's ambitious, I can see that she's this or this, that, whatever that those qualities are for men, that is not out there like that. So I want to say that first. But there is a lot of beautiful women. And it's not that guys don't see you as quality, because I think that they stick around because they feel like you are. I do think that they know that there's not a lot of quality. I think it's just taking longer to settle down. Not because they haven't in-depth situations with women, but they're enjoying first of all, the ease at which they're getting what they're getting without expectation. Because that is what has changed. This whole sexual revolution, women being free and doing whatever they want to do and having doing sneaky links. We're not really getting upset about anything like that. The reason why that this is such a difference today is because they're getting access to sexuality without commitment, without expectation, more so than they ever have, especially men of quality. They basically just giving it away. They basically saying, hey, listen, you're who you are, and I'm gonna do whatever I'm doing. That's what they saying. They like Sam. Wait, hold on. What does that mean? That means that I don't have to have you don't get to question me. I can go to the movies tonight and I see because I think this is where I have to get back to this. Ladies, we cannot think of men as us. We have to think of men as men. Men like new women. They like new. Why? It's new territory, new things to conquer. It's new. They have to get tired of new to desire the same thing all the time. It's like, okay, you know what? I'm tired of how easy this is and how superficial this is. I'm ready for something deeper. The reason why it's taking so much longer is because it's easier to access than it's ever been. Especially, it's top of the food chain to the bottom. It's easier than it's ever been. So when people say, oh, if he wanted to, he would, or all these different, like, to me, a little bit damaging rhetorics, which makes men seem like they're just some type of monsters that just be out here having the like manipulative monsters that just be watching you and liking your page and saying they like you and they don't really like you. They're just doing this because they want to use you. And no, it's not that. I think most guys understand capacity better than most women. Women will jump into a relationship immediately. We don't think about being healed. We don't think about whether or not we've, spent enough time on our own after our last relationship. If you're a good option, we gonna go for it. More times than not. More times than not, we're gonna go for it. Men, they're not security seeking. So they're not gonna seek security in the same way. They're gonna see, oh, okay, you know what? Like they're looking around like, yeah, well, I like you. I do. I like you. I like spending time with you. I like talking to you. But do I like you enough to give this up? I don't know. Y'all seen that meme, y'all? Y'all seen that meme where that little boy, they were like, they make it into, do you want to go outside? Like, you want to go outside, hot girl summer or whatever, or hot boy summer. You're going to come outside to play for hot boy or hot girl summer. And it's like, I gotta see. It's so cute. He's like, I gotta see. And that's how guys are looking like, I don't know. I mean, you really you, and I like you, and because to Jason saying it in the chat. Thank you, Jason. He's like, don't think men like women. No, it's not that, family. The reality of it all. This is why I'm doing this. What we need to understand, it is women. We've got to play the long game. It is what it is. You got to play the long game. It's a marathon, not a race. Some men may be more tired of the streets when you meet them than others. Others may be just entering into the streets, getting comfortable with the streets, liking the streets, liking the diversity, whatever that may be. Some guys, that's where they are. That's where you are when they are when you meet them. Some are like, I've been in the streets for 2 years. I'm kind of open to being off the streets. I don't really, I'm kind of tired of the superficial, the in and out. These girls ain't got no depth to them. Blah, blah, blah. I'm kind of over it. It's cool. Like, I'm ready for something more consistent with someone that I think is of value. Depends on where the man is. And so I think that a lot of women, we're looking at it like they don't like you. No, it's not that they don't like you. They don't have the capacity for you. I think today, in my personal opinion, a lot of the reason why men are not settling down is not because they don't like women. It's not because they don't like you. They are not settling down because they don't, it is harder to settle down. When women are passing out their Gucci gachas like it's Halloween candy. That's a problem. It's making men say, you know what? I don't know. I actually heard a man say this to me before. I'll be honest with you. This is what he said. He said there's nothing, there's to some men, especially when they first get in the street, none like a new woman to experience. I'm not gonna say it's nothing like new Gucci Gacha. There's nothing like new Gucci Gacha. And you have to get to a place where you kind of get tired of the conquering of new, and you're like, you know what? I'm kind of like tired of all this. I kind of want to just get to know one woman that I really, really like and I really value. And so you have to, ladies, you have to play the long game. You got to play the Gucci Gachas. That's what I'm saying. You got to play the long. A lot of ladies, and this is what happens, ladies. This is what happens. You like him so much, you end up giving him the Gucci Gachas while he's still with other Gucci Gachas. So now he's swimming in the ocean of Gucci Gachas while he still got your Gucci Gacha. And you think he's going to settle down quicker because he got your Gucci Gacha with another Gucci Gacha? Make that make sense. No. Now you've made it okay for him to experience other Gucci Gachas while he's got you. That's a man's dream. He might like you, but you've made it okay. Oh, I don't want a relationship. I don't, you know what? It's cool. Like, I'm not like really looking for that right now anyway. Like, I don't really want to settle down anyway. I'm good with us like taking our time. That's a lie. Deception indicated. You're lying. You're lying to stay in the game. Family, you lying to stay in the game. You lying to not lose him, fear of loss. So I'm going to play whatever role I need to play in order to stay in the game. Not understanding that you agreeing to be a part of the game is making the game longer. Because now there's not the pressure. Oh, sorry, y'all. Thank you, Darren. Cat for the Cash App. Thank you, Darren. Ryan. Oh, okay. For you must engage to find a man is about fitment. Okay. Interesting comment. Well, thank you for the Cash Apps, y'all. Thank you for the Cash Apps. So that's my thing. It's like you can't be mad because when you met this guy, he said he wasn't ready for a commitment. You're like, oh, well, if he really liked me, he would just settle down. Like, why not? Why wouldn't he just want to be with me? Well, guys are not wired that way. They're not wired that way. It gets to a point where, yes, low-hanging fruit does get old. Eventually, it will get old. Eventually, they will want something deeper. Every guy does. They eventually get to that place. Even if they don't say it, even if they never admit it, they want to have somebody of quality that they wake up to. They want to have a beautiful, bad woman that just in their bed at night. They just want to have that walking around their house all the time. What man doesn't want that? Where he wakes up and it's a woman he's comfortable with and he don't have to perform or tap dance or wonder about her. They're already comfortable with each other. He goes to sleep. He wakes up. He got a beautiful woman in his bed. He ain't got to think about it. If he wants to roll over to her and sleep with her in the middle of the night, she don't care because they're comfortable. They know each other. They wake up. He just watching this woman do whatever she doing all throughout, maybe cooking, cleaning, doing all these different things that a woman does when she's with a man. What man don't want that? Some beautiful women walking around their house that know them and they know each other and it's not weird. And it's not, he can be quiet. He don't have to host her. He don't have to perform for her. She's just there and they just rock and they just got a vibe. And it's just, it is what it is. Every man want that. Every man want that. That's what they want. They, at the end of the day, that's what they want. So we can't say to ourselves like, oh, he's never going to want to settle down. For real. No, they don't want to. I don't know a man in this chat is gonna be like, I don't want to wake up to a beautiful woman in my bed. I just want to host and perform for women and orchestrate this for the rest of my life. I don't want a family. I don't want a gorgeous wife that I walk into events with and they're like, dang, bro, that's you. I don't want that. Not at all. I don't want to be by myself forever. No guy saying that. No guy saying that. Men are ultimately looking at some point to settle down. Now, again, they have to be in a certain space, right? So I would suggest to women, do not enter into the matrix. I understand that there's a potential that he may not come back around, but to be honest with you, I think if you're a quality woman, he gonna come back around. If you don't enter yourself into the into the matrix, he gonna come back around because you allowed him the space to figure it out. Some women think, hold on, somebody said this. Some women think that if a man says he's not ready, he means he wants others. That's a flaw. Let me read this comment. Hold on, y'all. Some women think that if the man says he's not ready, means he wants others. That's a flaw. Many men know they don't want to leave space for the devil to corrupt any parts of his relationship. I agree with that. I mean, it's not like, y'all, I think that we look at it like if he wants others, that means he don't want me. That's not true. If he wants women, that means he don't want me. That's not true. That is not true, family. Men are not wired the way we're wired. We're wired to want one. We're wired for commitment. We're wired for security. That's biological. Having one mate, one person for us, that's biological. That's a desire that we have. That's what we were created with. So when we say that men he doesn't really like me if he wants somebody else, or he must not really be invested. Sometimes men understand capacity. They understand what they're ready for. They understand what they're ready for. They understand that, like, listen, I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. Oh, I see some people in the chat. Daniel, thank you so much for the Cash App, y'all. Jarrell, thank you so much for the Cash App. Shout out to you guys. Y'all, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. My internet went out. And so I'm trying to change locations so that I can still be on. But my internet is kind of acting up. So, but I'm trying, you guys. I'm trying to keep it going. I'm trying to keep it going. I don't know what's happening, but I put myself closer to the router so that possibly that will help me. Normally I sit by the my window, but it is what it is. So back to what I was saying, you guys. I'm gonna read some of the chat. Again, thank you guys for those. I'm seeing and me. I am. Thank you so much for the super chat. Thank you, Gerald. Again, Daniel for the other. Again, I apologize, you guys, that this is happening tonight. I don't know. But I have more time tonight, so I can kind of rock and roll with you guys for a little bit longer. Okay, it's truly okay, Sam. Social media dating. Let me see what happened. What happened? Send the people. Let me see. You guys. Oh, Benji. Benji's back. What's up, Benji? It's not Blockbuster Wi-Fi. I don't know what's going on. Like, I don't know what's happening right now. I don't know why, but we're here and we gonna make it work. And I think you can actually see me better. I don't know. Stepdaddy Johnson said, I seen how much you sent me and I fainted. Yeah, no, that didn't happen. I don't know what you talking about. That HD black screen. What happened? People now know that. Okay. People now who date via social media are dating a hive mind. It's not intimate at all. They'll let you. Hunger Games. Okay. Social media dating is overrated. She's back. Okay. So guys, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. Just to conclude where I was at with the first point was that I think that a lot of people, and I rebuke the devil right now in the name of Jesus, like Sam is going to finish this live. Like, period. We are finishing this live. So what I want you guys to understand about all of this is that I think a lot of the rhetoric that we see online is causing more separation, which is why I'm talking about these things. Guys are not commit. It's not that they're not committing because they don't like you, and it's not that they're not committing because you're not a quality mate. It's not that. It's the fact that, like, having a lot of options is a man's dream. Oh, I read a comment. I'm like, what? It's like a man's dream to have a bunch of women that you're not really connected to, you're not really emotional with, you're not really vulnerable with, they don't have expectations of you, and you're just sleeping with woman after woman after woman. Some men, it's women after women, it's beautiful women, it's ba 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 ba. Like, if you have it like that, like, why would that? It's gonna take some time for you to settle down. Some other people, it may not be like that, right? There may be one or two women that they dealing with. It might not be that crazy. Some it's over and over and over again. But I think that ultimately, over time, when the quality of women has kind of gone down because of the rhetoric, doesn't mean that women are not quality. I think there's women that are quality. But my thought process is, if that's really what's occurring, it's going to take longer for men to settle. And then you have a lot of women that may not be realistic about their options. We're going to get into that a little bit later. But I think that there are men that want to swim the sea. And if you have women that are out here and that are giving it to you freely, that's a very valuable offer without the headache or whatever that comes with it, the responsibility essentially that comes with it. Being single can be a lot of fun. But then when you get to a place where the superficial ends, and then a guy is like, you know what, I just want beautiful woman that likes me, that I rock with, that we get along really well. I don't have to have this, merry-go-round of women. I just want to deal with one that I really, really like, and we have everything here. Every man gets there. Every man, I believe every man, even if he is one of the men that want to still dip off, he still want one main one he going back to that represents home. Every man wants a woman that represents home. And I'm be honest with you, the higher caliber of guy, the better looking home, right? So it just goes up. If I feel like I'm a high value type of guy, I'm going to have a nice house, right? Well, I don't think homes, yes, are buildings, but homes are also people. Homes are people. You can be in a relationship and that woman or that man can represent home, can represent stability, can represent family. And having that stability and not thinking about having to lock this girl down or how to get this one or how to get that one, that actually settles a man's mind more than anything. Now he can focus on everything else he needs to focus on. Now he can go and conquer the world like he needs to, because he don't have to think about getting another woman or going on the dating app or going to social media and finding another person that he's attracted to. That I don't have to think about anymore. I can focus on what I'm here to focus on. That's why I think, to me, I think that women are not playing the long game. They would rather a guy, not that they would rather a guy, but they're trying to lock a man down, and they're using the way that every other woman goes about it. Okay, well, I'm just going to play this middle ground with him until he decides that he just wants to be with me. No, you're just giving him access to you while he has access to others. Until when? The only way that works is if you don't give him access to you. Then he might come around a little bit quicker. Because now he's like, dang, I want her to. I feel like that's the best way to play this, ladies. Not by sitting here trying to be like everybody else, because that's what everybody else does. And that's what Rod Kelly is saying. Sex can't control a real man. You ain't lying. Giving him having sexual access to you is not going to make him commit to you quicker. And lying to yourself about whether or not what you actually want, and lying to him about what you actually want, isn't going to make the situation better. It just makes it more complex. Because now you're giving him permission while he's with you to do him. And then at some point, your feelings are going to get caught up. And I don't like it when women tell me, oh, they'll never get caught up. They'll never get caught up. Ladies, even if you sleep with a guy, which I've heard women do this, they will find a guy that they don't necessarily really want to commit to, or ultimately that they know that's not the guy. They end up sleeping with him and giving him the Cookie Monster quicker, or the Guca Gacha quicker, thinking like, oh, okay, well, I have more control over the situation because I don't actually want to be with him. So I'm going to sleep with him and see where that goes. Ladies, it gets you caught up on a man you don't want to be with. That's what happens when you keep sleeping with the same dude you don't want to be with. Now you're over here crying about this guy. Oh, I don't know how this happened. The more time and investment and energy you experience with somebody, the more attractive they become. It's called the mere exposure, exposure effect, family. That's what it's called. The mere exposure effect. It's a psychological phenomenon where the more you are around someone, the more you are exposed to someone, the more familiar they are and the more attractive they become. So that's why I don't buy when people say, oh, he's just watching your stories because he's bored. No, I don't buy that. I don't buy that at all. You can sell that to somebody else if you want to. To me, that's not what that means. And I think that we are honestly, y'all, I think that we've made men into like spineless monsters that just don't want relationships and just want to use you and like are doing psychological warfare. And it's like, no, that's not it at all. No. The reality of it is that it's harder to settle down today. And that doesn't mean you're not a quality woman. It just means that it may take a little bit more time than it used to. It may take a little bit more time than it used to. Before people would be, the people would settle down quicker because the dating was not what it used to be. There was shame, there was like there was courting, there was like a process. Now that's not happening anymore. We're not doing that anymore. Women are not expecting a man to court you or anything like that. Like, no, it's a completely different world. So with that being said, you're not dealing like, I feel like women are expecting men to be a way they used to be, but that's not how things are today. That's just what it is. And so as women, I think that if we decided, or if more of us decided to not play into the game, not to compete with the women that are giving it out quicker, that are not walking around with standards, that are not acting as quality. Instead of playing into that game, be you. Be true to you. Don't try to like make it seem like you down for something you're not down for, or you comfortable with things that you're not comfortable with, or you don't want things you actually want. No, stand on business. If they don't want you, they don't want you. If I'm me saying that if I'm not down to like sleep with somebody quickly, if I'm not willing to do those things and you decide you want to walk away from me because I'm not willing to do that, okay, I'm cool with that. I am 100% okay with you walking away, doing you. The reality of it is they end up coming back anyway. And there are times where, a lot of times, you're going to be hit with like a no response. Or I might respond, I might be okay, nice to you and everything like that. Like, you didn't do nothing wrong to me, but like the interest is going to change. So for me, it's very much, we have to maintain, in a world that is changing, the temptation to want to be like the world is what we have to fight against. And understand that when men are not committing to you, or men are not settling down, or they're doing different things and you're like, it's mixed messaging, it means that they don't have the capacity. The responsibility that it takes to have a relationship, the responsibility to just be with one woman it's a high cost for some men. It's a high cost for some men. And so you have to understand that, and understand that, okay, if that's what I truly desire, then I have to be okay with that person not being the person for me. That person may need to figure out what they need to figure out. And trusting God that God is going to bring greater. That's where I'm at with it. I look at it like, if God, like, this is truly how I think about it. I do not believe that God your best is yet to come. I believe that your best is yet to come. I don't believe that your past is better than your future. I believe your future is better. I believe eyes haven't seen, ears haven't heard, minds cannot even imagine what God has planned for you. I believe that, okay, if it's not you, God has got greater. I trust God. I trust that if the same God that created you can create somebody that's like you, that I like, that's in line in align with me. And if it's not that, and it is you, then God will have me single until you're ready. But I'm not waiting. Time waits on no one. Time waits on no one, family. Time ain't stopping because the dude you want don't want no relationship, that ain't stopping. So you can't stop neither. And that doesn't mean stopping. When I say stopping, I'm not saying we out here sleeping around, ladies, because that's not how we roll over here. When you get to know somebody, I've made a video about this, and I mean this with all my being. If you are dating and you're casually dating, when I say casually dating, you are not in a relationship. You ain't that. There is no man you call your man. There is nobody you have an understanding with. You don't need to be sleeping with nobody. Period. And there are women that, if you're listening to me and you have a conviction from God, and you have made the commitment to wait until marriage, well, that's what you go by. You don't allow the world to take you off your path. You do what you feel like God has called you to do, and you've got to walk and trust that the God that you say you have faith in is going to bring you what he said he's going to bring you. What I've seen is that a lot of women don't have faith that God has better. And it's not by their words, it's by their actions. I've seen a lot of women tell me, I could do better than who I'm with. I could be with somebody like this. I could be with somebody like that. I could be with this. I could be with that. But their actions have them stuck in a relationship with a man that is nothing like who they say they want to be with. So what I can see, even though you say, oh, I deserve better. Yeah, you're right. You're right. That's true. I shouldn't be in this. But you're staying in it. That tells me you don't believe what you're telling me. Your actions are showing me that you don't believe that there's better out there for you. So I'm going to play, you're going to, or not you, me, because I ain't. But you going to play some type of sideline role or whatever that is. For what? Till when? And if you're okay with that, don't be mad. Please do not be mad when you are in this cycle for longer than you want to be. Because what a lot of women, they just want the man. They're not thinking about what, like, certain things with that man, right? They're like, I know women right now, I can, in my head, waiting on a man to commit to them for, they've been sleeping with this man for, going on trips. This man, basically they man without being a man. Well, he must like me. I believe he like you. But I think that this is my perspective. This is just my perspective. I'm gonna say this in the best way I can, y'all. I'm gonna try to say this in the best way I can. So something happened not too long ago where I felt like I had to go through some hoops. I had to jump through some hoops, right? And it made me appreciate the end product because I had to go through so many hoops. I appreciated everything so much more because of how long I worked to make this situation occur. And there was ups and there was downs, right? And I remember that, like, even with other things in my life, how getting it so easy taught me some things, made me appreciate it more. If a man can easily have you, even though you're basically saying, like, I know you out here, I know you're doing whatever, but because I don't want to lose you, I'm afraid of losing you, I'm going to give myself to you without any expectation, without any nothing. Like, we're just going to sleep together, and you don't have to worry about me calling you. You don't have to worry about calling me. If that is where I'm at, why would I want to settle down with you? That's my perspective. If I was a man and I'm getting everything from you without expectation, without this, without that, I'm going to say to myself, do I really want this? Because it was kind of so easy to get. And if it's easy for me to get is probably easy for somebody else to get. So that's why I think that you gotta stand on business. I don't care who it is. Because at the end of the day, you gotta stand on, I just how you gotta stand on business. You gotta stand on business. Because if not, people are gonna look at you like you for everybody, or you for the highest bidder, or you for to eliminate all of that, stand on business with everybody. Everybody. And I know that's easier said than done. I know there's women that's looking at me like, well, that's easy for you to say, Sam. Blah, blah. No, I don't, uh, it's not easy for me to say. It's not easy for me to say. But I can't sit on a platform and tell y'all how to maneuver in this dating streets if I'm not living my raps. So yes, look, I'm okay. They said Lanaya said something in the chat. Let me go see what Lanaya said. So Lanaya, you better preach. Let me see what Lanaya said. People be acting they on the gate on acting they on the dating game. I guess acting like they on the dating game. I don't know. I don't know if it's necessarily like, I think for me, Lanaya, honestly, I just think that everybody they want love. But they have like we've allowed ourselves, because of the scarcity mentality, whether we realize it or not, to make us settle for things quicker. Like we're afraid of a certain outcome. So we make decisions based upon that fear. And so I think a lot of people put themselves in losing positions and then blame somebody else for the position they put themselves in. Like, no, that's your fault. That's not, I'm not going to say men are this or men are that. No. You decided that you was going to sign up and be this guy's whatever on the side thing for however long. You didn't have no clarity on the date. That's not on the man. That's on you, baby girl, because you lied to him. You made it seem like to him that you was good with it. I don't want no commitment. I don't want this. I don't want that. And then now you're in a situation 1 year, 2 year, 3 years down the line, and you mad at him. No, you should be mad at you. Because you signed up for a losing deal, because you said you were okay with these things, because you just wanted to get up in the game, because your friends, I'm sorry y'all, but some of y'all friends be leading the blind. Oh, he said what? Who is that? Let me see his IG. Oh girl, you need to go ahead and just put it down on him real quick, and then he's gonna just stay with you, and he gonna drop the whole game for you, girl. You just gotta lock that down. You can't lock no man down that don't want to be locked down, ladies. Period. That's one rhetoric. That's number 2 rhetoric we need to cancel out today. If he wanted to, he would cancel. It's not about if he wanted to, he would. It's not about just that. Although sometimes that is true. Right now, we have to think we're dealing in a different world, and men are dealing with capacity. They are not emotionally led. If he wanted to, he would. We're talking about desire. He may desire you, but he also understands his capacity. Okay, so I don't want to beat that up. We already understand that. Number 2, I'm looking over here. Oh man, what was I gonna say, y'all? Dang it. What did I just say? I just lost my whole train of thought. Oh, well, that's good. Steven said, you repeat what you don't repair. But come on, y'all. The Gucci gotchas. Y'all put in the Gucci gotcha. What did I just say? Ah! If he wanted to, he would. Oh, come on, y'all. What did I say? I forgot. Lord have mercy, y'all. What is happening to your girl? Nate sent me $10 for standing on business. Thank you, Nate. Y'all, what did I say? Oh, I lost what I said, y'all. Oh. Yes. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you, Vaughn. You think that by you putting it down on him, or you can lock a man down, or you can lock a man down. No, you can't lock no man down that don't want to be locked down. If a man don't want to be locked down, he gonna be in his logical mind, battling his heart. And a man has the more power to say to his heart, no, shut up. Shut up, my brother. Get in the back seat. You messing everything up. Men have more of an ability to allow, well, and I'm not saying all men, because some men are super emotional. We're not going to say it. Some men are be driven by their emotions and run with them. That's one thing. But there are some men, there's a lot of men that are very logical. Right? And so men will say to themselves, look, I'm not getting locked down. Heart, I know you like her, but you ain't ready. We need to get back into the streets immediately. A man feel like look, y'all, men be the ones, they be like this. As soon as they feel like they catching a feeling, they calling the next girl up. Hey, where you at? You close? Come on over. They gonna find another distraction to stay in the streets. That's what men are gonna do. They're gonna say, listen, I like her too much. Somebody need to come over here. Somebody need to do something. Take me to a club. Let me see another bad chick on Instagram. Let me, somebody give me an emotion. I don't want to feel this way about her. I gotta disconnect from this woman so that I can stay where I want to stay. Men have that ability to control that. To say I'm a fall back. I like Shorty. I like Shorty over there. I like Shorty from Atlanta. I like Shorty from Atlanta, but I can't right now. I'm hot right now, bro. I'm hot. Y'all can tell I got brothers. You can tell I got brothers. I'm hot right now, bro. I'm hot. Like I can't slow down. Like she gonna slow down the rhythm, and yeah, I was like, what is that? Y'all, I think there's something going on with StreamYard. I think something is going on with StreamYard tonight, honestly. But we gonna rebuke and bind it in the name of Jesus. We gonna keep going. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't understand what's happening with this thing. But I told y'all I'm committed to you guys. I'm gonna keep rocking and rolling as long as you keep rocking and rolling with me. All right, so the wheels fall off, okay? But this, y'all, look. But let me show you guys with this. Let me show y'all. The streamer didn't want me to do this. I'm too high right now, bro. I'm too high. I'm in the look. I'm about to go to Columbia next week, bro. I can't slow down the momentum. Again, that is, I think men, if they're not trying to be emotional, they're going to do what they can do to not be emotional. So for you to think that you're going to go into a bedroom and do something, yes, sexually, you might get him thinking about you, but at the end of the day, like, if he doesn't want to be in a relationship, that's where he's going to be. You can't lock, again, you cannot lock a man down that don't want to be locked down. Period. If he don't want to be locked down, he don't want to be locked down. And I think a lot of women think that they're going to enter into this situation, and by playing their role so well, by being so good at what they do, whatever that is, whether they're really dope company, they're peaceful, they're this, they're that, they think that that's going to make a man think of them in a different way. It's like, no, if he's not there, he's not there. He's not even trying to see you like that. He's just trying to see, he might think, oh, she cool. But like at the end of the day, like we have to, we can't think the way the social media is telling us to think. And popular rhetoric is like, oh, you know, you did this thing and this sexual thing, and that's why he's so caught up on you. Like, yes, am I going to say that sexual stuff doesn't get people caught up? I'm not going to say that that's not true. Of course it does get people caught up. However, I think that as you get older, I don't think that I don't know. People be saying, I heard somebody in the chat earlier when I was on Instagram talking about, oh, he misses the intimacy with his girl. Okay. And I get that. It's familiar. You know this person. Y'all probably had a great intimate connection. However, like, that's not, I don't know if that's locking anyone down unless they want to be locked down. He wanted to be locked down, clearly. That's why that got to him. But if he was in a mindset that no one was going to lock him down, no one would be locking him down. That's all I'm trying to say. There's no trick that you can put up nobody's sleeve that's going to make them lock down if they don't want to be locked down. They got to be open to that to begin with. So that's the second thing that we need to know about dating. Okay? Because the first thing, like I said, and I don't want to repeat it because I don't want this live to go off. Number 2 is what I said about just not like thinking that your Guca Gacha is going to get you. A Guca Gacha ain't going to get you nothing. A Guca Gacha is a Guca Gacha. And a Guca Gacha is going to do what a Guca Gacha does. And ain't going to get you nothing. It might get you a returning customer. It might get you a man that's going to keep coming back to you. But he might be coming back to you because of the sexual chemistry. Not because he actually likes you. He might be like, oh, this was a good experience. Now you have doubt. Because you're like, does he really like me for me? Or does he like me for this? Like, again, that's why I don't feel like that's the way to go. Thank you, Antoine, for the super sticker. AI Matrix said he can't lock a woman down. He's not that confident. Well, if we're talking about between the two genders, in my opinion, if we talking about between men and women, I think women are easier to lock down than men, for sure. Because women want to be locked down. We're security seeking. When we say we don't want it, it's just because we're not. When women don't like you, when women feel like there's another option available, that's when you'll see. The men, there's ambiguity, and we've made it different between men and women. But women are more likely, if they feel like you're a good candidate, they're gonna settle. More times than not, depending on what their options are, right? We have to take into account women's options. But depending on their options, if you're a good option or you're one of their better options, they're more likely to want to settle. And I hate to look at it that logically, you guys, and I'm not trying to like delineate like the differences, but more times than not, if a woman feels like you're a good option or you're one of her better options, she will settle down, right? If she doesn't feel like that, she's not. Or, if there might be personality differences. I'm big at this point in my life, if I'm being very honest, I'm very big on vibe. So like if it's an energy that I feel like it works and there's a vibe there, because the vibe should make me more attracted to you. Okay. And I know people are like, oh, vibe. I mean that. Like, if there's an energy between us, it's going to make me like you more. There's not an energy. If I can't communicate with you, if I feel like there's like, that's not going to create a vibe or an energy. So you could be to another woman, you could be blowing her socks off because of the resume you got or who you are. But to me, if I don't feel safe with you, if I'm like this about you, I'm not going to go with it. Because to me, I know what energy does. I understand energy. I understand people's personalities. And I know that that's super important. Like, I need to know that I can like vibe with you. Like, we can rock. Like, it's not hard to have a conversation with you. It's not hard to relate to you. I feel safe communicating with you. You feel safe communicating with me. Like, that needs to be there. Like, that's so important. That's an underrated skill that needs to be there, that people be overlooking. They look at sexual chemistry over like actual chemistry. Sexual chemistry is cool, but it's even better when you have chemistry, and then you got sexual chemistry. Okay, let me see some of this. Benji said, yellow look good on you, Sam. What's going on? I miss you. I've been getting busy getting the Benjis. It's great to see you, Benjis. Always good to see you. Welcome back, family. Antoine, like I said, thank you. Love you, Antoine. And Trey Sean, because you the bomb, Sam. Thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for rocking with me tonight with everything that's going on. Let's keep going down, you guys. Top tier on the list. Oh, thank you. Okay, guys. So another thing that women need to know, and this is the third thing, and I know I've said a lot tonight. I think one of the biggest things that we need to understand about dating today, we really need to understand about dating today, is that it's not how it used to be. Okay? It's very much a different world where women have to do more than they used to. You know, it's not so traditional. It's not so, men want to feel like they're wanted to. They want you to reach out just like they're going to reach out. Some men want you to reach out more than others. I like it. Y'all, I'm going to be honest with you. I'll say it on my live just because we family, we talking. I like an alpha man. Tell me where you want me to go. Y'all, let me go I need to get me my Perrier on that one. Put me on the phone. Get me a pursuant man. I like that. I know what to do with that. I like that. Okay. I like a man to tell me he want me. That's look, I'm not one of them women that's stingy about my compliments back, which ladies, don't be like that. You better give a man a compliment. You better tell him he's fine. You better tell him he's attractive. You better let him know. Men want to feel that. They want to feel that back and forth. I don't know everything, and y'all, I'm definitely like learning on the job as well. So I'm not going to say I'm like a guru in this dating game. However, I like the pursuing man. I see why, in the olden days, I don't know if it's olden days, but I don't know how old it was when men were pursuing women. I don't know, but I like that. Sounds like Sam likes Sigmas. I do like Sigma males. I told y'all that. That's how I started this platform. I do. I like them silent and deadly. I like them. I do. I like the silent. But they're smart, deep, intelligent men. They just kind of come into a room. They shift the atmosphere, but you don't really know. They're unassuming. But then when you speak to them, they got a lot of bravado. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I like silent and I always have. I like it. That's why I started the platform like that. Now, I didn't know it was called a Sigma male. It wasn't until I started, really got into to content creation that I understood that that's what I liked. But yes, absolutely. And Sigma male, y'all, that's a different space that I'm in right now. But alpha, we all know what that is. Sigma is a type of guy that was more silent, a lone wolf, kind of wasn't with the crowd, type of guy, silent. But whenever he goes into a certain venue or atmosphere, people attract to him, very popular with the ladies, still very charming, but they're to themselves. They kind of picky about who they have around. They're definitely picky with women. So I do like that. I don't like super loud men like that. I don't like, where they're just always having something to say. Like, I don't like that. Where they have to say something to be seen. Like, I like a man where you're just like, he walks into the room and you just waiting for him to say something. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who is that? And he just quiet, just by himself. Oh yeah, I like that. I might go say hi. Y'all got me out here cracking up tonight. Y'all got me out here laughing and having a good time. I'm having a good time with Game Changer Nation. But no, I mean with all sincerity, I do like a pursuing guy, but today is a different day. Men do desire more pursuant energy. However, I as I've kind of echoed throughout all the three things, I think that you have to also stay true to who you are. You have to stay true to who you are. You just do. You have to stay true to who you are. You have to stay true to your standards, your moral ground, no matter who it is. Because it's more valuable when you do it that way. When we decide to give or take, and we decide to really kind of assimilate into the crowd, that takes away your positioning. That takes away what you're trying to accomplish. But I think that when people say, oh, if it's this guy, you can, throw out all your standards. But if it's this guy, make sure you keep your standards. It's like, no, you have to keep your standards with everybody. I don't like the idea that we have like, oh, well, if he's not somebody that you would actually like, you can sleep with him. It's safe to sleep with him. But if it is somebody you would actually like, you don't sleep with him. That to me doesn't make sense at all. If you're not going to sleep with one, don't sleep with the other. What's the point of sleeping with a guy you don't see a future with? That's what I don't understand. What's the point of the sneaky link of a guy that you basically saying like we would never really be together, which is a lie. If you keep sleeping with him, you eventually could be with him. There's no way around that. I'm sorry. I don't care what nobody says. That's how I look at it. We over here with the sneaky link, culture. Because like the reality for me, y'all, is that yes, I think in the past what we did not understand is that women are sexual too. We like sex too. I think a lot of men or in the past it was like, oh, men like sex, men are cheaters, men are this. Now women are like, nah, we are too. We want it too. We tempted too. Okay, cool. But we all have to exercise some type of discipline. And if they're not, you should. Because a lot of y'all, men are not respecting y'all because you're not standing on business. You basically, if a guy, let's be real. If a guy got a platform, you want a flight. A guy got some money, you want a flight. If a guy got this going on, you want a flight. It doesn't matter. It's y'all are making it seem like to the outside perception that y'all are for everybody because y'all are just going with very superficial things. We have to have standards so you are not for everybody. I don't care if the man got a platform or not. I don't care if he got money or not. I don't care what he got. I don't care what is happening. You got to stand on business. And maybe I'm the only one that says that. I know I've been called a prude. I know I've been called all types of different things. But at the end of the day, a man going to see me. If they're interacting with me and they see me in a certain way, I want them to see a certain thing. I want to be perceived. I want my actions to align with what I want to be perceived as. I don't want my behavior. I'm privately out here smashing dudes that I don't have no like real future with. I don't want that to be my private story. I want my private and public story to be the same. We have to, like, that's the third thing we have to understand about dating. It's like, yes, times have changed, but you don't necessarily, yes, there's certain things that you do have to change. There are some ways that we have to kind of compromise on that aren't that deep. Like, if you got to call a guy every once in a while, that's not going to hurt you. You got to text him first. Sometimes that's not going to hurt you. If you got to initiate the conversation, that's not going to hurt you. But y'all are less likely, from what I'm seeing, y'all are less likely to call a man back, but you're quick to sleep with him. That don't make no sense. I would rather do a man's laundry than sleep with him. I would rather clean his whole house. Because y'all don't really know, but I used to, when I was growing up, my mom was, she was a single mother, and she used to clean homes. And so we would clean homes with her, right? Very Hispanic of us, right? Hispanic, the stereotype is that we clean homes. Anyway, I cleaned homes. And when I went to college, I cleaned homes. I used to clean dorms, right? I like, there's guys when I, like, obviously when I was in a relationship with the men, I would clean their house because I could clean it better than they could. But I would rather clean your house and do your laundry than to sleep with you. I lose nothing by, like, doing your laundry. I do lose nothing by cleaning your kitchen. I lose nothing. But there's women that are less likely to do those things, but they gonna sleep with you with no protection. What? We've got to keep the standards, ladies, and we've got to make things make sense. Sex is not like, I understand that today it's like very easy to do, but it's meaningful. Maybe I don't understand that. Maybe I make it more than what it is. But y'all, if I was when I connect with a man in that way, that's my man now. We together. I don't care what y'all say. That's you, my man. It's whatever. You can be in denial if you want to, but we together. I think most men know that about me. They already know. Like, okay, no, she not the one. She not the one that's gonna go for the get down. I thank God that my perception has been that, because I've never really been tried like that. I thank God for that. I thank God for that. I have not been tried like that. Thank you, Jesus. But I do hope that my authentic, like, the fact that I'm being honest, my authenticity, that this is like true. Like, I can't do this the way that I'm doing it if it wasn't my truth. But I'm saying, I'm not running game, y'all. I'm not running big game. I'm telling y'all the truth. And another thing is, when a man tells you what it is, I don't try to convince men to be anywhere but where they are. You don't want a relationship? Cool. Who am I to convince you that you want a relationship or to be open to one? If you don't want one, who am I? You go do you. I know that I will want, ultimately, if we're trying to get into something, like, there's no way around me needing to be in something more significant. So I'm not going to try to convince you. I've made mistakes like that before, trying to convince somebody and they was not ready. So I'm not making that mistake again. No, I'm not going to try to convince you of anything. I'm being so for real. And I really believe Pam knows this about me. I truly believe, family, that if the same God, let me look into this. If somebody is attractive to me and I see them and we talk and we vibe and I'm like, ooh, child, Whoo, he fine, Sam. He fine. Calm down, Sam. Stay right here, or we vibe, and now I'm more attracted to you. Woo, child, Sam. Calm down, Sam. Calm down. I put my little God, and God will have that conversation with me. And let's say things don't work out. Let's say the vibe doesn't amount to what I wanted to, or the attraction doesn't amount to what I wanted to, right? When it doesn't amount to it, when it doesn't happen the way I wanted to, I look at it like, okay, God, now that gives God the opportunity to send me what I'm looking for. I don't look at it like, dang, if it's not him, who, Lord? He was perfect, Jesus. Why? Like, no, I don't do that. I'm like, okay, well, the same God that made you, can make a better version of you, that not better that you're not good, but a version that's better fit for me where I'm at right now. I don't look at it like this is the last case, this is going to be the last thing that ever happens to me. I do not look at anything like that. The same God that brought me that can bring me something better. The same God that brought me that can bring me something better. And let me tell you something, every single time God has done it, I trust that God has the ability and the capacity that if there is something that is better suited for me, it's going to come. I'm not going to hold on and try to fit me into a situation that I don't fit in. That's the reality, family. I don't fit in this. I don't fit it. I genuinely don't fit in certain circles, and I'm okay with that. I'm not the, like, I'm just not. If you want a fun time one time girl, I'm not your girl. I'm not your fun time one time girl. I'm not a fun time one time. I'm just not. And I'm not going to try to make myself that because you seem like you might be a guy I'm super attracted to, or you have a certain resume or whatever. I'm going to be like, okay, well, cool. I'm not going to try to convince you. That's where, ladies, we've gotten the game messed up. We try to convince a guy that, by being down with the get down, that like we should be the person he chooses. No, you're just now a part of the circus. And so I let things go. If a guy comes in, when we have a conversation, he's like, I'm not ready for this. Oh, okay. Well, that makes perfect sense. Well, you fine, though. You fine, but, I'm not going to try to women be like, but what about me? You don't think that we vibe? We don't think that we have, like, so much in common or whatever? Like, oh my God, like, why not? Like, we're just like, what we do now is, like, let's say, here's the scene, family. Here's the scene. Oh, here we go. Oh, I'll answer that question next, John. Here's the scene. He tells you, girl, your boy just ain't ready right now. It's not that you're not who you need to be. I'm not where I need to be. And because I'm not where I need to be, I can't be where you are. So, I mean, I like, we can kick it. We can see where it goes. But that's really the best I can do right now. Silence. Here's a silence. I'm talking to the water bottle. Silence. Well, we don't need to get into a relationship like right away. Like, I'm not like feeling, this is the water bottle talking. Sorry. I'm move the water bottle. Here we go. We don't need to really be like, not, we can just kind of like take it slow. I'm the water bottle now. Hold on. I'm the water bottle. We don't need to really be, we can take it slow. Like, I'm really not like trying like to be unreasonable, because I know where you are and I know where you've been or whatever. And, we could just kind of go with the flow and see where things go. mess up. Did you hear what the water bottle said? Did y'all hear what the water bottle said? That's where we get the game messed up. We gonna go with the flow. No. You saw what he said? I can't be where you are because I'm not where I'm at. Blah, 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 blah. Water bottle said, and I quote, we can go with the flow. I'm not being unreasonable. We could just kind of like kick it and see where this goes. That's when you done got into the Matrix, beloved. Wolf stock money. You got me cracking up now. He said clear as day. The water bottle said everything, y'all. The water bottle said too much, in my opinion. My opinion, water bottle went too far. Water bottle went too far. and then you out here, and then water bottle. Listen, y'all. Water bottle. Oh, Joshua. Okay, y'all. I'm gonna get to these super chats. I'm sorry, y'all. And am I missing? I don't think I'm missing any cash apps. Okay. Here's what I'm saying, y'all. When it comes to this stuff, like when we're talking about getting into the Matrix, is just that quick. We're thinking that at some point. Stop. Denisha said water bottle said all that needs to be said. But family, this is what happens. And then a couple months from now, look, I'm gonna show y'all a new scene, you guys. New scene, and then I'm gonna answer John's question. Okay, new scene. Scene is, so that you know, guys, water bottle's talking first. Water bottle is now confronting her dude, her crush. We're gonna say her crush because it was a crush turned love situationship. Okay, so cut scene to now 3 months from now. Okay, let's get into it. So I know we've been like rocking for like, I don't know, it's been like 6 months now, and like we spent a lot of time together, and I thought that we were gonna like, that was a water bottle shaking her head. This is her shaking her head and playing with her hair. I thought we were gonna like be in a relationship or whatever. Like I thought that like by this point I thought by this point we would like be together. Like, what do you mean? Like, we're like a couple, like we go out every weekend, like we eat together, and like we spend the night. Like we've been doing that for like 6 months. Like I just don't understand like what we're doing right now. Like, are we together, or like I just want some understanding. Now this is what No, Ryan. He said, "Is it based on a true story?" Y'all, I'm sorry. This is making me laugh so much. Okay, here's his response now. I'm talking. Man is now talking to water bottle. Water bottle's in her feelings. Well, when we spoke like 6 months ago or whatever, in the beginning, I told you like I wasn't ready for nothing. So I'm kind of like confused about your energy right now, because I told you like where I was at. I was just, trying to figure myself out, and I really didn't want no obligation. So, I thought you was cool with that. And you said we would go with the flow, and we flowing. So I'm kind of confused about your energy. in your confusion, because I told you in the beginning like what it was.
Well, I thought things would change. Like, I thought after like some time, like I thought after you would process and we would hang out, like, you know, you would have a different perception, like based because like it's easy to hang out with me and stuff. Like, I thought you would just change your mind.
Well, no, like I didn't say that because of you. I was saying that because of where I was at. So it's not like you, not saying that you not like dope or whatever, not that you couldn't like, but like where I was at was like because of my situation. Like it wasn't because of you. So you couldn't change my situation because my situation hasn't changed. Insane. Thank you guys for the love. Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you guys for the love. So again, Water Bottle really thought that after spending time with old boy, Denisha said, I feel it. Y'all stop, guys. I'm trying to. Y'all telling too many jokes, y'all. Y'all telling too many jokes. They feel bad for Water Bottle. Oh my God. So y'all, Water Bottle thought that because of what she was doing, she was gonna lock down old boy. Old boy said, look, I wasn't not in a relationship because of you. I was not in a relationship because of me. I don't want to be in a relationship. There was nothing you could do to change my situation. Right? So that's why I think that poor Water Bottle. Because Water Bottle was giving everything she knew to give, y'all. Y'all saw that she was emotional. She twirling her hair. She's nervous. She's like, I really like this dude. And now, like, I've been rocking with him for 6 months. I've been probably sleeping with him. I've been hanging out with him. We've been doing dates. Guys like the emotional connection of a relationship. Guys like spending time with a woman. Like I said earlier, ladies, a man is like waking up. I see a beautiful woman in the bed I wake up to. You know, she's accessible to me. You and my, like, I don't gotta perform for you. I've gotten comfortable with you. I can kind of be myself around you. I don't have to host you. I don't have to like perform for you. Like, guys want that ultimate situation. So having that type of emotional connection with a woman, that is what they desire. But now they are able to have it without the expectations of and the responsibility of a relationship. So yeah, he gonna act like your man because he likes acting like your man. He don't want the responsibility of being your man for real. Men like, I don't know a man right now that wouldn't be like, man, if a girl, if I found me a woman that was bad to the bone and she's in my house, let's just say he has a house, and she's just there and, blah, 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 and we sleep together, we hang out together, she let me have my space, and then we have our, like, but I'm consistently with her, but she's not, not saying that she's not my girl, but they're not really together, but she kind of comes in and out and plays that role. That allows them to stay in the matrix longer because now they're able to do what they wanted to do with you, and you didn't put any expectations on it. And the gag is that Water Bottle will be in the situation, and guess what? The guy on the outside of Water Bottle, the guy that Water Bottle's been sleeping with for all this time, when he leaves the situation, let's say he rocking with Water Bottle for like, let's say 3 years. He rocking with Water Bottle for 4 years. They play in house, right? Exactly. Bigger reality. They play in house, but they not even really together. She comes in and out. She's basically on demand TV. Water Bottles become on demand TV. He like her. He care about her. Water bottle and old boy, they fall out. It's a big deal. Water bottle broken up with, right? They finally did get into a relationship. No! Trayshawn! Trayshawn, you are not allowed in the chat. Trayshawn, you are not allowed in the chat. Y'all, this comment is wild. This comment is diabolical. He said you can't turn a water bottle into a house cup. Y'all, what? Diabolical. It's okay, so anyway, y'all. But at the end of the day, you guys, he ends up leaving. Like, let's say this is what normally happens. She ends up, water bottle ends up, oh boy, we're going to say this is old boy right here. Old boy ends up, they get together, right? They was in a relationship very strong for like a year. He says, like, you know what? I just don't think that you the one for me, blah, 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 blah. They break up. Oh, boy is now ready for a real relationship because he done got all his energy out with water bottle. And now he's like, you know what? I'm actually ready to settle down. So guess what? He gonna meet the Perrier and they gonna get together and he gonna marry her in 6 months. That's what happens, family. That is what happens. He leaves. He was with water bottle, rocking with water bottle for 4 years, right? Now he done left water bottle. He now ready. He's like, oh, I'm like good. Like I done had all my energy out. Like blah 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 blah. He said, "Ooh, dang, that's a Perrier, not a Perrier." I've always wanted to be with a Perrier. She a bad Perrier too. What's up, Perrier? You know, she gonna play hard to get because that's what Perrier do. Perrier's like, well, I don't know, like, I don't know, like, you seem like you a player or whatever. And he like, nah, you know, I stop all the game for you, and she gonna play a little hard to get game, right? Now now he on the hunt. He want Perrier, and I guarantee you, they be in a relationship in a month, 6 weeks top. She getting married in a year. Why is that? Because Perrier didn't come, like, she didn't agree to no stipulations. Perrier made it. Denise just said, I'm annoyed. Perrier made it harder for him. And because he was so attracted to Perrier's, sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. Perrier is his type. Perrier's always been his type. He always liked him a Perrier woman. He ain't never really had the opportunity to be with a Perrier. And so when the opportunity presents himself, he like, dang, like, I gotta get with Perrier. And so now he rode off into the sunset with Perrier because he always had wanted a Perrier. He just wasn't in the position to be with a Perrier. And now water bottle enters scene. She sees from her social media page. Water bottle sees from her social media page that they together. They locked in and they about to get married. And she's hurt. She done given this man 4 years and he been with this girl literally 6 weeks. They in a relationship. They make an Instagram official in 4 months. And now they're basically about to get married. Mystery of y'all, stop, y'all. Y'all know I am goofy. Like, I could do this all day long. Like, I could do this all day. Y'all are just feeding fuel to a fire. Like, honestly. Anyway. Water bottles hurt. Because water bottle really thought that the spray bottle was really going to be her husband. She really thought that spray bottle was going to be him. And so water bottle. So water bottle really feeling like this is wild. Like, I cannot believe him. Like, I gave him 4 years of my life. He ended up like locking old girl down in literally 6 weeks. And now she wifey after 6 months. Like, what are we talking about? Like, he never had me as wifey. Like, that don't make no sense. Like, she's really she's really upset. Like, she was really upset. And now she has to go to therapy. She has to go to therapy. She has to go to therapy to work out her issues because she rocked with spray bottle when spray bottle wasn't ready. I hope now that I've finished my story, you guys have an accurate picture as to why we have to stand on business. I hope you guys can see. I hope you guys can now see after my production that was so well orchestrated why you got to stand on business. That if you keep messing with spray bottle and you keep messing with water bottle, you gonna be just like water bottle. You gonna be hurt and having to go to therapy for a long time. You're gonna be hurt and going to therapy for a long time for what water bottle had to go through in her relationship. Now, if she just let spray bottle go off and do his own thing, she wouldn't need to go to therapy no more. She wouldn't be hurt by what spray bottle did with Perrier. But she just had to let spray bottle go do what spray bottle does. And that, my friends, is the story as to why we need to stand on business. Because when we don't stand on business and we decide to mess with spray bottle, because let's just say spray bottle is like an NFL or NBA player. Let's just say he's an entertainer or some sort, like he just got a lot of women. Now you really got problems because he just really moving around. And so he never really had a connection with water bottle. He never really had a connection with water bottle because spray bottle was everywhere. Spray bottle was everywhere, quite literally. So don't be a water bottle. Be a Perrier. That is because Perrier kept her standards. Perrier did not allow him to just run up inside and just say whatever. Perrier said, no, I'm going to stand on business. And guess what happened? Spray bottle committed. And spray bottle committed, and he was like, man, I'm locked in. You can't get me out. Because spray bottle, because when spray bottle loves somebody, he loves somebody hard. Like, he not going nowhere. He actually loyal. He just didn't find the right woman. He just was always finding water bottles. But he really needed, when he met Perrier, Perrier was like, she rocked his world. Like, she didn't even really know. So now, spray bottle and Perrier are together. So be a Perrier in a world of water bottles. And that is my story today. I hope this really helped you guys in understanding this situation. Tanisha, we don't need to be together because you about to just keep me hyped. Like I'm gonna go all night like this. Okay, so let me read these comments. I know Joshua asked me, I know John asked me a question. So John, I see your super chat. I'm gonna actually answer that last because there's a question with that, and I'll answer that question. And Joshua says, and thank you guys for the super chat, y'all. It means so much to me. So Sam becomes more irresistible every time I watch her. I see why Proverbs 31 is her goal. What's very beautiful about her is her heart for God. She leads by example. She does what she says, and she's very fierce. You want to see God make a diamond human. It's Sam. Oh, Joshua. Thank you. Michael says, LMBO, Sam is hilarious. Me and my glass of wine are highly entertained. Awesome advice. Send me my Perrier. LOL. Thank you for being you tonight. Joshua says, this whole water bottle play has me crying. Sam, you always find a way to make us feel happy and joyous. It's an excellent and incredible live to watch. Thanks for all you do for us always. Of course, I got y'all. You know that. And Me I Am says, she's cold water, the way things flow. Is that a song? All right. John. So John says, what is your opinion on having a roster? This will be my last question for tonight. What is your opinion on having a roster? People talk like it's normal, but I feel like it's game plan. Personally, I would be pissed at the idea of just being a number on somebody's roster. So, John, here's my thought. And again, thank you, everybody. John, Joshua, Michael, Joshua, Me I Am, Benji, Me I Am, Antoine, Trayshawn, John, thank you guys for super chats. Thank you so much. Thank you for those who hit the Cash App. All of it's super appreciated. You have no idea. Okay, so what is your opinion on having a roster? I think, honestly, y'all, here's what I got to say. Here's what I got to say about rosters. I feel like when you're dating and you're just dating, there's nobody you are locked down for, right? Or locked down to. If y'all are not in a relationship, I don't see why we need to be like right here. I'm saying to women on the side, P.S., psst, stand on business. Don't sleep with men that ain't you just casually with. Psst, don't do that. I'm saying that to women on the side. Shh. That's what I'm saying on the side. But I think it's very healthy, in my opinion, to date multiple people. If we're not in a situation and you're figuring me out, I'm figuring you out, we should be dating multiple partners. I'm not saying sleeping with multiple partners. I am saying that we're getting to know everybody, because I think one thing that I see a lot is that people lock into people because they put people on pedestals, right? They put people on pedestals. And when you put people on pedestals and then you're like, I'm locked in based upon what you look like online, based upon your resume, whatever, I feel like that's dangerous, right? I think that the healthiest way to be, in my opinion, is open to dating different people. Like, I don't think the person you're dating should only be dating you, and I don't think vice versa. I think that both parties, if we're not in a relationship and we haven't had that conversation, it should be an understood thing that we're talking to other people. Like, that's just that. I think that when you get into having, like, let's say you go on a couple dates with a girl and you already feel like, or you already know that she's somebody that you decide you feel like you really gonna be with, then you can have a conversation with her and be like, you know what, I'm really leaning towards us being together. Like, I'm really This is where I'm seeing us more on an exclusive level, right? And I think that some men sometimes they're not being honest with that. They say that they're locking in on one and they're not. They just want that woman to lock in on them, which I don't think is right. If you be honest about it. If you're not really locked in, don't try to be possessive or territorial. But if you're really serious about it, and then you will have that conversation and be like, I'm really ready to kind of like lock in on you. How do you feel about that? What do you think? Like, I'm not trying to stop your flow. I'm not trying to, whatever, but I really am liking you. I'm liking this vibe. At that point, I think the rosters don't need to be there, because the whole point of us dating multiple people is for us to figure out what's the best fit for us. If you are seeing that this person is the best fit for you and you're ready for a commitment or a relationship, then you lock in. You don't waste time. But if you're in a situation where you're not sure or you're not ready, then I don't think it's anything wrong if you guys have not. I actually recommend that if you are not in a relationship, you are dating multiple people. I recommend that. And like I said, dating is not sleeping with. Dating is like I'm talking to other men. I'm open to meeting other men. I'm open to conversations. I'm not going to lock in on you and what are we? Like that's not what I'm going to do. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like nowadays we have a lot of different people that be saying like we're exclusive, but we're not in a commitment. I'm not with all that. Either we together or we not. We're not going to be, we're exclusive. We're really exclusive. We're sexually exclusive. No. Either we together or we not. If we not, we not. If we are, we are. But I think it's a lot of people don't want to commit. And I think we make it like, oh, men are bad or men are this or men are that. No, men are exercising their options just like women are. Men are not bad. Really, I think the reason why men are the way that they are and not as committal as they once were is because of women. Women have changed, so men have changed. It's just what it is. We can call it whatever we want. Women have changed, men have changed. And so we're all kind of changing with each other. Some of us have to make a decision about whether we're going to stand on business or not, whether we're going to have a standard or not. And I ultimately hold myself accountable to God, really. So for me, I think that when we're dating, it's very healthy. Like if I'm talking to one guy and let's say we vibe, let's say we rock, like we're connected. We're here. Right? We just kiki con on the phone. We're just like all in. It's not going to be long before that's going to turn into something, right? It's not going to be long. When you can, especially when a man's connecting with you emotionally, it's not going to be long. That's why men be trying to control who they connect with and how long. That's why they be in and out, because they don't want to get too in. They want to stay out. They're like, ooh, I'm starting to like you a little too much. Stay over there. I'm gonna keep watching you, but I'm not gonna do anything because I'm not ready. But that's the reality. The reality is like, hey, I'm not gonna do all that, because at the end of the day, kung fu fighting, what? Over there, fast as lightning, what? Kung fu fighting, what? Over there, she fast as lightning, what? Anyway, my whole point is that at the end of the day, guys, I think that you do. I mean, in this dating game, you got to protect yourself. And I think a lot of women, because I think men are not valuing the connections anymore because they feel like it's cheap. They feel like, oh, okay, well, if you did it for me, you're going to do for this guy, or you're sleeping with this guy. Women are saying that they're sleeping with guys that do not meet the standard, but they're going to make it hard on the guys that do because they actually like them. There's in their mind, they could potentially see themselves with this guy, so they're not going to sleep with that guy, but they're going to sleep with a guy that doesn't meet any of the standards and be rocking with him. Like, that doesn't make sense. That makes men feel like, what's the value of this? What am I working for? If I was Pookie the Bear, I could get it for free. Now you making me jump through hoops when Pookie didn't have to because you don't really like Pookie, but you like me? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. That's why we have to say to ourselves, like, if I'm not, okay, I'm going to come up with a desirable man name. I'm trying to think of like a desirable man name. Denisha, tell me a desirable man. We're going to call him man. Okay, we'll call him man. If we're not sleeping with man, then who we sleeping with? Y'all, that reminds me of that quote. If we can't go to Bella Noche's, then where can we go? Okay. Got it out. Idris. If you're not sleeping with Idris, then why are you not? What are we doing? If I'm going to sleep, if I'm gonna give it to somebody, I'm gonna give it to the man that I think is fine, or the man that I think there's some potential there. I'm not gonna give it to the guy that I don't think I have any potential with. But that's the backwards mentality. Like, oh well, if I give it to him, then I already know that there's nothing that can happen here because he's so below the standard. No, like that gets you connected to a man that's below the standard. That's what happens. And then it lowers your value to the man you do want to meet the standards to. Because now he knows you sleeping with this dude while you making him jump through obstacles. And he's like, oh, there's no value here. Now, if you weren't sleeping with nobody, and he's like, oh, well, I can be okay with that because now I know you're not really out here like that. I can trust on some level based upon what you're sharing with me, and I'm not seeing anybody negate that. I can trust that you're not really out here like that. I can see by your behavior that you're not out here like that. As much as I can tell. So now that's more valuable to me because now I know if I'm not getting it, nobody getting it. That makes me want it even more because now I'm competing. And men are competitive. So I think that at the end of the day, you guys, when we changed up the game in dating, and if we ladies just took the 3 notes that we talked about tonight, including the fabulous water bottle examples. No, this is not my mid-30s talking, Ryan. I've always been like that. I've always been, I'm not going to say I was the waiting till marriage type of woman. I'm not going to say that. But I was never, I think it's because I was raised in the South. If he was my man, if he was not my man, I was not going. If he was not my man, I wasn't going. That was just how I always thought of it. That's not me, my 30s. That's Sam always. Always have been like that. I just, being in a understanding, at least being in an understanding of some type of relationship. Yeah. I needed that. I was not perfect by any stretch of imagination. I was probably a crazy girlfriend, for sure. I'm not going to say I wasn't. But I was in relationships all throughout my 20s until I got married. I was in relationship, married. Not that I was not My friends will always make fun of me because they're like, "Oh, Sam, always." So I'm saying to you that craziness and say, y'all, I didn't have no control over my emotions. You know what I'm saying? I was not. I allow my emotions to run me, and that wasn't wise. That wasn't wise. You know what I'm saying? But what I will say is that because of those things, I had to go through some therapy for real. But yeah, no, I was always a relationship girl. Always have been. Always have been. Never was like just out here like that. But I also come from the South. I come from like the true love waits culture. So really everybody was putting pressure on you to wait till marriage. I didn't make that. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to y'all and say I made that and this, that, and the third. But yeah, no. I was, you know, big on being in relationships. Very much so. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but that's what I did. And so I'm saying I feel like I'd be hypocritical to say something I didn't do. So I'm telling you guys what I did do. It'd be hypocritical to say, oh, wait till marriage. And I didn't wait till marriage. That's not the truth. I didn't. Right? Would love to have said that I walked down the aisle as a virgin. I didn't. But I was one that valued being in a relationship. I was always in relationships. I would like, I was I think when I was 18, gosh, I was in like a 3-year relationship, a 1-year relationship, another 3-year relationship, and then a 1-year relationship. And then I got married. Like, really. So like my college, my 20s was really just like 3 relationships. Yeah. Excuse me, no, 4 relationships. I got married. But again, like I'm not saying that that's the right way to do it because I would have done it a different way. I'm just being honest. You said what? What are you? Was that something in the past? I don't understand the question, Ryan. I don't get the question. I don't get the question. I don't know what you're talking about. Jarrell, how are you confused? I don't know how y'all are confused by my truth. Oh my goodness. I had to. You're asking if I wanted desirable or desired. And that's what you asked me, Ryan. I didn't understand that. Desirable or desired. I don't understand that. I don't think I said anything confusing, but maybe I did. I don't know. The popular one. Who did I go for? What do you mean? Can somebody tell me what they're talking about? What are you talking about when I got married? I was in a relationship. Then what are you talking about, Ryan? Like, because I want to understand. You're saying desired or desirable. I don't understand that. I don't understand the question. Like, I don't understand what you're asking me. Like, I don't get it. You're saying now? I'm not with anybody. I'm single now. I told y'all I'm single now. But what I'm going for, as I said before, is really an energy. I've said it, I'm very big about like a vibe and an energy. But what I'm saying, based upon my conversation, what I'm saying is, I feel like it'd be hypocritical of me if, because I didn't wait till marriage, but I would advocate for somebody to wait till marriage because I feel like that is the right way to do it. I didn't wait till marriage, so it would be inauthentic, in my opinion, to say then go hard on somebody for that when I didn't do that. Like that wouldn't be fair. Is that the right way to do it? Absolutely. But I didn't do that. So to me, I think that is very big. Like for me, it was always big about being in a relationship, having an understanding of what we are. That was always my perspective. And, and again, what probably wasn't perfect perspective, but I was very much a relationship girl. I mean, I was raised in the South. And so the really, you were always like, outside of that, at that time, there was shame for being out there. There was shame that was associated to sleeping around and things of that nature. So I really did want to be in relationships. Now I really did. How do you build a roster without clubs or dating apps asking for a friend? You can Instagram flirt. A lot of people just be on Instagram, really. That'd be the main dating app, girl. I mean, you can go, I don't do clubs. You don't want to meet anybody in a club. I don't want to meet anybody in a club. You can do Insta flirt. You can like a couple of guys' posts or, comment on a picture that maybe it's like of his dog or something. Say, oh, you've got a cute dog. Like, do it like that. Or like his photos or something. I don't know. Like, do the Insta flirt. Like, that's what people Insta flirt now. Like, that's what I would do. Just like, I think a woman's job is not to like persuade or pursue a guy, but like present. Some guys don't even know you exist. So if you see a guy and if he's local or not local and you're interested, like, why not? I wouldn't recommend like pursuing him and saying, hey, what's up? Like, no, I don't. Mm-mm. Y'all, if I'm not tired of this daggone thing, if I am not tired of this daggone thing, I'm telling y'all, this thing does not want me to be great. It does not want me to be great today. Anyway, I'm not, yes, tribal. Okay, I hear you about tribal knows that y'all, I'm not a shooter. I'm not a shoot your shot type of girl. I'm not. That's not my thing. I feel very uncomfortable in that space. That's just me. However, I am advocating for women to do that, to meet different men. I'm seeing that like, some guys don't even know that you exist, right? Some guys don't live in your area. Some guys don't, they don't see you as frequently. So what's the harm in just, liking a photo or something? So I think that that's another way for that. I mean, in addition to that, ladies, and can I just be honest? Don't try to force it. I think a lot of us be trying to like force getting like a guy. You know what I'm saying? Like we're trying to force it. Like we trying to get men. Like we going out of our way to get men. It's like, no, like a lot of it, just let it flow. If it happens, it happens. Like I don't believe in us, trying so hard to make a guy like present yourself to a guy or to have a bunch of guys in your phone. Like there may be seasons where there's nobody in your phone, and there may be seasons where there's a couple guys in your phone. Like there may be seasons where there's only one guy in your phone. Like I feel like it's like let it flow. Don't be closed off, but let it flow. Like don't try to force it and try to make it happen. Like I see a lot of women, I need to get a man. No, you don't need to get a man. You know what I'm saying? Just be like, okay, well, if we out and I meet a guy, I meet him. But I'm not gonna like go out of my way. And some women hyper focus on like getting that man or finding a guy. Like, if it happens, it happens. You know, when you try too hard to make anything happen, it doesn't happen. Like I feel like in basketball, they call the term or the phrase is like, let the game come to you. I really believe in that. I believe in letting the game come to you. When you try to force the game to happen, you never play well. But when you let the game come to you, it comes more naturally in the way it's supposed to. That's what I think. All right, y'all. Well, my nose ain't even letting me be great. I've been on here for 2 hours and 15 minutes. A lot of that is because a lot of that heavy ladies, just FYI, I'm the guy. What? You the guy? What you mean? Listen, y'all, I like basketball, okay? So I know some basketball stuff. I be using it. One of the days, y'all gonna see me on that little, I'm gonna be one of them little interview people. They gonna have me and I'll be interviewing on the court. Just like this. With my microphone that was once a man spray bottle. I'm gonna just do like that. I'm gonna be so good at it. I'm gonna be so good at it. And they're gonna be like, oh my gosh, she's my favorite. She's my favorite interviewer. Oh yeah. They don't listen. They don't love me. Look, let me learn a little bit about like some plays or whatever. Look. But anyway, y'all. I'm just playing. I'm playing, but I'm not playing. I actually would love to do that. If I knew more about it, I would totally do it. That looks like so much fun. You're just watching basketball and you get to interview people. That's great. I love it. Okay, y'all. So anyway, guys, I am actually done and through. I love you guys so much. I love y'all so much. I've been on here 2 hours and you guys have rocked with me all the way through. So I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you guys. Thank you, Educated Funk, for the super chat. Again, hit the Cash App. Of course, thank you guys for those who did that, who hit the Cash App. Thank you for everybody who hit the super chat. What a fun show, y'all. This was fun. We had a great time tonight. Even though everything happened with the Wi-Fi, we still had a great time. I love y'all, and I will see you guys soon, okay? I love you guys. Talk to you next week.